So finally in this chord substitution series, we're going to look at borrowed chords. These chords exist outside the key in the modal families parallel to it. Today we're going to look at real-world examples of borrowed chords in popular songs and compositions so that we can understand how to use them in our own music. One of the most common moves in the world of borrowed chords is using the minor chord 4 in major. This is borrowed from the parallel minor key. Like our normal 4 chord, it remains predominant in function, working as a really nice setup for 5, and it also often moves straight to the tonic chord of the key. In both cases, the altered flattened 6th scale degree most idiomatically moves with very smooth semitone voice leading to the dominant note. Probably my favourite use of modal interchange is using the flat 6 major chord in major, again borrowing it from the parallel minor. Here yet again we're using the flattened scale degree 6, now along with flattened scale degree 3. We can use this chord perhaps most tantalisingly after chord 5, as the ear expects a move back to chord 1, but instead we deceive the listener by moving to 6, but not our normal 6. As now the deceptive motion has an entirely different colour, slipped into seamlessly by 3 half steps. In our previous video, we looked at how we can replace our 2-5 progression in major with the minor chord 4 and the flat 7-7 chord from the parallel minor. This is one common move, but the flat 7 major chord in general is one of the most commonly used borrowed chords, as it is peppered all over popular music, being one of the most common moves in rock. So when we view this chord in a major context, we are often simply dealing with a piece written in the Mixolydian mode, as much of rock music is. But as this example features the primary dominant in major, our progression is best characterised as tonally major with a borrowed chord from Mixolydian. So far our examples have been in major, and we've been borrowing from the Aeolian mode or the natural minor. We can of course also borrow from other modes, and here you could say that we're either borrowing from major or Dorian, or simply using the melodic minor scale. Most of the time, when we use the major chord 4 in minor, we view it as a predominant chord, not so much borrowed from melodic minor, but taken from a more flexible minor system. Since the Baroque period, composers like Bach were often taking advantage of the raised scale degree 6 in melodic minor, strengthening the momentum towards the primary dominant with a major chord 4. It's been used to great effect in minor keys ever since. The Neapolitan 6 chord isn't often characterised as modal interchange, but I love this move so much that I definitely want to include it in the video. Although we can view it as a borrowed chord from Phrygian, because its function is so clearly predominant as it always moves to 5 and is always in first inversion, we really view this more specifically as a chromatic predominant chord. And the voice leading makes this even more clear, with our flattened scale degrees 2 and 6 slipping neatly into our dominant chord.